McTeague, earlier you mentioned you warned of going too quickly because it's fashionable. My sense is we need to move quickly because climate scientists tell us this is required for our survival as a species. However, this made more sense to me when I looked up a letter you wrote on your blog saying that the latest IPCC report is anti-fossil fuel alarmism, with your concern of rhetoric and green bureaucracy and boondoggle programs. My question specifically is, in the most recent budget, the current government allocated $7.1 billion between now and 2030 on carbon capture and storage. We heard from Iron and Earth, part of their 4-point plan is to ensure we have workers getting upskilled. They've suggested $10 billion in order to direct funds to workers on their training. Would you not then support reallocating away from carbon capture and towards upskilling of workers?
And I'll just say that we'll have to have a quick answer on this one as well, because we're at the end of the 2.5 minutes. Again, sorry, Ben, that we still need to get to Mr. Angus. Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Mike, thank you for that. Look, I think we have to recognize that so-called transition for workers was attempted here in Ontario. It didn't work out so well. Many of those workers still are looking for work and have gone back to traditional industries. And we have to recognize that the amount of money that's being committed for subsidies better have an end, because if you need subsidies to encourage people to buy something, subsidies for them to build something, subsidies for them to maintain something, sooner or later, something is going to give. And I can tell you $2 a litre across Canada today, there aren't many people who are not prepared to accept that we've gone down, I think, a little too quickly on this idea that we can suddenly wish away fossil fuels and at the same time provide people a standard of living that they've come to expect. We're not perfect, but we're better than most countries. And on that context, I think you have to be very careful in how quickly you tread, because I think at this point, burdening people with the cost of heating, the cost of electricity, the cost of natural gas, and other important factors in our society aren't just hurting Canadians. You're hurting the world and depriving it of what it desperately needs and what Canada can produce. I think we all win in that respect, but understand that the ability to make this transition can't be done because some people just simply say, hey, that's the way we have to go. As for the science, I'm convinced. I'm up with people like Stephen Koonin in his book Unsettled, and there are many others who will say that. There's a lot of debate and discussion there. I'm willing to listen to it, but I'm also prepared to say we can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. We have to stand up for Canadians and ensure that Canadians are doing the right thing, the most responsible thing, without hurting them.